What's up, y'all? This be your boy Scotty, and you're watching another segment of Bitch Are You Serious? For those of you who are just not tuning in to me and my channel, Bitch Are You Serious is basically a segment where I talk about the what the fuck moments that happens in my life. I've had plenty of them that happened to me over the last course of a few weeks, so let me just get into the get down, get down. Now, this video is actually going to contain two what the fuck moments that happened in my life, and they happened on the same night. And guess where I was? At work, and guess when it happened? Last Thursday. So let's just get into the video, shall we? Okay, so Thursday night, well, I came to work Thursday evening around, let's say, 4 or 5 o'clock. Okay. It was supposed to be me and another chick, working the register for the remainder of the time the store was open. So I'm like, okay. But the thing about it was, my coworker did not come to work that night because she had no clue that she had to work that day. She She kind of misread the schedule. She thought she was supposed to come in that Friday, but she was off that Friday and she was scheduled to work that Thursday till like 9 o'clock. So she never came in, which is understandable. I mean, sometimes people misread the schedule. Sometimes it's not really that big of a deal. So what happened was, I was basically the lone cashier. Meaning I was the only cashier open. I had to deal with all those customers, but I had a front end who was also there, but he was a food manager, meaning he was over the stocker, so he had to work the register just as well as I did. So it was like two of us, and it was like a raging rush. Like, it was a rushing ass night. So many people were coming into Dollar General Market that night, and I was getting really stressed that night because it was so many people in there, and you got to deal with so many different attitudes. And with me having the mouth that I got, I can't say what I want to say, so I got to keep it on hush. So the first incident happened when it was time for, it was like this black guy and his friend. He came up to the register, and he had, I think he bought like a Gatorade, and then he wanted a pack of Newport Shorts soft pack. That's what he wanted. Now, the Dollar General store policy is, if you want to get any type of alcoholic beverage or anything like tobacco, you have to be carded. It doesn't matter if you got gray hair all over your motherfucking chin. You have to be carded. You don't have to look like you over the age of 18. You got to be carded regardless of the situation. You have to be carded. So I told him, well, sir, do you have your ID on you? He got mad, like, from the jump. He got mad. He got real disrespectful from the jump. You know what I mean? Like, he started saying some shit like, I'm 37 years old. And I'm like, well, sir, you might be 37. If it was up to me, you know what I'm saying, I would give you the cigarettes, but I can't do that. It's store policy. I have to show you. I have to be shown some form of ID, sir. I'm sorry. So he was like, nah, I want my motherfucking cigarettes. And I was like, sir, I cannot give you the cigarettes without some form of a state ID. I can't do that. It's store policy. I can't do it. If it were up to me, you could have your cigarettes. But I can't put my job in jeopardy like that. So I have to see some ID. So he kept saying, I don't give a fuck, I want my motherfucking cigarettes. And I kept telling him, sir, I can't give them to you. So, I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. I can't give you the cigarettes without seeing the ID. I can't do that. I want to talk to your motherfucking manager. Granted, the manager wasn't there, but there was a front end person who is the manager, who's in charge of the night. So he was working at a register, and I just straight up told the guy, I said, listen, sir, it doesn't matter if you talk to my manager or not. He's going to tell you the same thing. We cannot give you the cigarettes without an ID. Even my front end person was like, he can't give you the cigarettes without an ID. You can't do that. That'll be, risking his job. You have to be, the cameras are right there. He has to be seen looking at the ID. He didn't want to hear none of that. So he started, I want my motherfucking cigarettes. I want my motherfucking cigarettes. And I'm like, sir, there's a gas station right there that doesn't really look at IDs. If you want to go there to get your cigarettes, you can. There's another store like 2 miles down that doesn't really look at ID. So if you want to go there and get your cigarettes, you can. But at this store right here, sir, we have to see some ID. So I guess his friend got fed up with the back and forth between me and his friend. So his friend was like, well, how about this? Can I pay for the cigarettes and show you my ID? And I said, that's fine. As long as you have your ID, I can, sell you the cigarettes. So when his friend was, his friend was very respectful. So he was like, I have my ID or whatnot. And I was like, okay. So I was giving him the cigarette. I scanned him. And then this nigga gonna say, I'm thankful for your services, but I'm not gay. Before I knew it, I was like, what? And his friend was like, sir, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He shouldn't have said that. Let's not just take it there. And he was like, I'm just saying. And I'm like, well, what are you saying? Like, what are you trying to say? And then, his friend was like, thank you for the cigarettes or whatever. And then I was like, well, listen, I have to get your change because I just ran out of pennies. So I have to get some change. And he was like, I don't even want that motherfucking change. I just want my fucking cigarettes. Let's go. So he left and I was like, I was fuming. Like, I was so motherfucking mad because I felt like I felt like I got punked. Because I am not the type of person to allow somebody to disrespect them like that. I'm just not that type of dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, if any bitch or any nigga come at me the wrong way, I've always had the attitude to pop off, snap back, and do what I gotta do and let it be known that I'm not the motherfucker to fuck with like that. But I couldn't do that because I was at work. My first mind was to jump across that fucking counter and take his neck and just bash his head against that fucking cash register. But I would get fired. So I just let it go. I was so mad, my legs were shaking, I was pissed. So I would say 2 hours later, the store was like 20 minutes into closing. We was about to close in like 20 minutes. I was still fired up. I was still pissed off. So as time goes on, I look up after I'm doing my pickups. I look up and I see who? None other than Molly the maid. She comes in the store, and I'm sitting up here like, could my night get any worse? I just know it's gonna get worse. So she was like one of the last customers to come in, and she came in my line, and she had like 2 bags of ice, and she came in and she was like, hey Scotty. I ain't say nothing. Hey Scotty. I ain't say nothing. Hey Scotty. I ain't say nothing. Why you don't like me, Scotty? I ain't say nothing. I just feel like I wasn't finna make her relevant. I already know what you're trying to do. You already don't like me. Why are you talking to me? Leave me alone. Whatever. So she like, I got 2 bags of ice, and I was like, well, I have to scan both bags because I can't scan just one because it's store policy to have to scan both things. It doesn't matter if it's the same price. It might have the same barcode, so I have to scan both. She was like, you know what? I don't have time for this. I don't have time for the attitude. I did not have an attitude. I was just doing what I was told to do. You know what I mean? I already didn't want to deal with you anyway, and I was already having a rough and fucked up ass night. I'm trying to be nice about it, and you still want to get mad. So my manager came over, and he was like, well, he has to scan both. And she was like, okay. Then, she gave me her money, but she didn't really give it to me. She just set it on the counter. I'm like, okay. This bitch want to play games. Okay, so I took her money and I was giving her change, and then when I gave it back to her, I started talking to my manager, and she was like, because I don't give a fuck, because I'm happy. And I'm like, so am I. Have a good evening, whatever. So she walked out, and I guess when she went outside, she really could have, because one of my coworkers came back in, and he was like, what's going on with the chick outside? And I'm like, who? And then he was like, the chick that just left up out of here. She like she outside going off, like she going crazy, like she heated. I don't know what she did while she was out there. I don't know if she was on the phone snapping. I don't know if she was trying to tear up the buggies outside. I don't know what she was doing. But from what it was described to me, she was fucking heated. And I'm like, maybe she's just upset because I didn't speak to her. I would hope that she's not that upset. So after I got through ringing up the rest of the customers, I was thinking that it was almost like 5 more minutes before the store closed. So I grabbed my phone and I was trying to see what time it was. As I turn around, I hear somebody charge through the door. Y'all won't believe this. She came charging in with an umbrella, and she was swinging it like she came in charging at me while I was behind the counter with an umbrella like this. Like, she came in charging at me with an umbrella. And before I knew it, I lost my fucking mind. I lost it. I damn near came across that counter on her ass. I said, bitch, throw that fucking umbrella at me if you want to. Throw that fucking umbrella at me if you want to. Because if you throw that fucking umbrella at me, I'm going to forget that you a bitch and I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. Don't hit me with that fucking umbrella. She started talking all sorts of shit, saying she don't give a fuck who I text, which I wasn't texting anyone. And that she'll do this and she'll fuck my mama up and blah, 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 blah. And she was just talking all this stuff. And I'm sitting up here like, I am getting heated. Because not only did you come in swinging umbrellas like you gonna hit me with it, but you bringing my mother into it. You know what I'm saying? You don't bring my mom into it. You can go in on me all day, but when it come down to my mama, you can't do that. So I started losing my mind. I was going crazy. And then my manager was trying to calm me down. I was like, nah, man, this bitch coming in trying to hit me with an umbrella. Like, she came in charging at me. I felt fucking threatened. I don't give a fuck. I'm not, when I say threatened, I don't mean scared. But, you know, I felt threatened. This bitch trying to, you know, coming in swinging umbrellas at me. Bitch, really? You want to throw an umbrella at me, bitch? You want to throw umbrella? You want to throw rainy days at me? Is that what you want to do? So, you know what I'm saying? She just starts popping off, and then she keeps on yelling out the fact that I don't want her boyfriend. Someone that I do not want. But at the end of the day, you are not doing anything but setting your own relationship out, and you keep showing me your card. So at the end of the day, I just lost my mind. And it was just over after that. Like, I felt bad because I showed my ass like that. I really did. So she starts calling me gay and saying that I'm a pussy and I need to grow some balls. And what I did tell her was this: if I didn't have no balls, bitch, I would have been popped your ass off if I didn't have no balls. And that's all I really had to say about that. I talked to my management and everything like that. I'm thinking about going forward with the restraining order at this point, because I feel like if things continue, they would escalate into me getting physical and me resulting in losing my job. So now I'm in the process of taking action and trying to get a restraining order done, because I need that. Because I just don't feel right coming to work every day, always having to think about whether if this bitch is going to come in and fuck with me and all of this stuff, and if I'm going to lose my cool. I got carried away. I really did get carried away. I lost my mind, but I said I will never do that again. So with that being said, y'all, this is the Bitch Are You Serious? Please leave your comments below, and let me see what you think about it. I'm out of here, y'all.